Welcome to the best of Homes on Homes. Today we're showing you the best of the worst plumbing jobs in over 100 episodes of Homes on Homes. Nice. Awesome. Look at the nest. They got a nest of them. Yeah, baby. If you're going to do it right the first time.
My hero.
It's perfect. On the money.
Thank you, guys.
You like it?
Oh, do I ever?
When I first met Jane, she was living in a house that was only 9 years old, but the plumbing was already a big problem.
Moved in on, I think, the hottest day of the year was the end of August, and noticed right away how hot it was upstairs. You know, chalked that up to being a day where the doors were open, everybody's moving furniture in and out, and didn't really pay much mind to it.
Room over the garage, master bedroom, ensuite. Extremely hot.
Then it got cold. We suffered through our first winter. It was so cold, and that master bedroom is so cold upstairs that it really became a problem.
Bit of a plumbing problem, I see.
Yeah, absolutely. I call it more of a disaster than a problem. The pipes froze in that bathroom upstairs off the ensuite.
When Jane bought this house, she still had a new home warning.
The suggestion at the time, as silly as it sounds, was a hot water bottle. To heat a hot water bottle and keep it on the cold tap.
Put on that hot water bottle on the taps. It'll keep it from freezing. Okay.
It has burst, and I've got damage on all 3 floors of the home. And my challenge at the moment is trying to figure out how we're going to prevent these pipes from doing the same thing.
The builder did use the spray foam underneath the bathroom, but it was an open cell foam which shrinks and cracks. And that lets the cold get to the pipes. And guess what? Causes them to freeze.
And this is the bathroom that caused all of the problem in the first place.
Problem is, I feel the floor, it's cold and it's not freezing outside.
That's right.
All of the plumbers that Jane talked to said it would be about $40,000 to fix. The bathroom didn't need to be gutted. The plumbing just needed to be properly moved and insulated. That's it. You see that the plumbing pipes come out of the wall here. This is more than likely the area they froze. I don't see any spray foam whatsoever in the end void there. That end void is completely open. It's just gonna bring in an outside cool draft, which freezes your pipes. They can take a lot of cold. They can't take the cold draft. I didn't design this house. I didn't build this house. But I'm fixing this house. Jane also told me the bedroom above the garage was freezing cold in the winter. My guess was the garage didn't have the proper insulation either. Or the spray foam. They tried to do it better. But I'll bet you the cold's coming from the front wall.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, that's stupid. How is that ever stupid? Go to all that extreme and you spray the front and they leave that void.
And one void.
You gotta be kidding me.
No. Yeah, I got yours. Okay.
You do something half-ass and it doesn't work. There's problems. People like me gotta come in, pull it out, figure out what the hell's wrong, where do we have problems, so it's not just copper, it's cold. Nice, not nice enough. I have a question. Now, I know code, and code says we can't screw through timber strand or any type of beam, okay, to run our pipes, but I don't think we can run plumbing outside.
You can't.
See that corner there?
Yeah.
No spray foam in the corner, that's where the pipes are. The tub's right here, you see that void right there?
Yeah.
There's the tub.
Oh, man.
And it just had a skim coat over it. Can you imagine how cold that tub was?
What I'm going to do is actually probably I'm going to cut those pipes as high as I can. I don't feel confident leaving any of this existing piping in there.
Good.
So I'll just run my own copper. I have my own joints. I'll have my own connections. I'll make sure everything's done my way, and we'll fix it. We'll make
Then
it
I'll
right.
do it my way.
And then you'll do it your way, yeah.
I'll close it in
You
properly.
close it in properly, yeah.
Even though it's wrong, we'll make it right.
Exactly.
Poly this floor, poly the walls in here, cocoon it, okay, and then spray it.
Instead of using the open cell foam the builder used, we use a 2-pound closed cell foam. It won't shrink, it won't crack, and it acts like a vapor barrier. Those pipes will never freeze again, and Jane's bathroom will stay warm.
Lock it in.
Robbie and Steve put up new soffits, and Alex spray foamed the garage. We also replaced the drywall. So 20 inches by 4 feet, 32 inches by 4 feet, 93 inches by 19. No matter where you live, if water can freeze outside, it can freeze inside your home too. That's why we insulate the pipes, or better yet, keep them away from the outside walls. Well, this is not, it's not too often that I finish a place and it's not, oh my God.
This is awesome.
We brought in the wall tight, Alex did this, and we call it buttering. We just buttered right across everything. So what it does is seals it airtight. So there's two purposes here. One, definitely, we want to make your bedroom warm, okay? And two, it stops all car gases from getting in.
The front of the house has always been the coldest part. We've always avoided it. We've stayed away from it. We've not really utilized that bathroom upstairs as much as we probably could have, despite the fact that kids love the jacuzzi. But now we've got a warm house throughout, and I don't have to worry about those pipes freezing anymore. So I'm very, very happy.
This room will now be warm, your bedroom will be warm, and you can actually give this back.
Thank you.
And tell them thank you so much. I don't need this
I'll
anymore.
put it in the mail for the builder.
That's just
Welcome to have it.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I can't believe I fell for it, but lessons learned. Educate yourself, and that's what I've done. I'm really glad the Homes on Homes crew came in and helped put some more wind in our sails and kept us moving forward. So we're very, very thankful.
Chris and Ehor bought their house because the home inspector gave it a passing grade. But after moving in, they wish they'd brought in a plumber to check it out instead.
This washroom is as good as a closet.
Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. You know, people hardly ever think about the plumbing in their home until it stops working. And by that time, it's usually a huge problem. Before buying their house, Chris and Ehor got a home inspection. That's smart. The inspector report came back and said it was all good. But as soon as they moved in, they discovered things weren't good at all. Good morning.
How are you?
Ehor, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Chris?
Hi, Mike. How are you?
For Chris or Christine?
Chris is good.
Chris is good. I like that.
Yeah.
After about a minute of showering, you're standing in an ankle deep in water.
Notice anything upstairs, or are we just talking downstairs at this point?
We're talking, downstairs.
Downstairs. Let's go take a look.
Great. The sewer gases that we smell down there are scary, disgusting.
The information in the inspection report wasn't helpful at all. It was pretty casual about how things were looked over, or should I say, overlooked. Did he tell you anything about plumbing, about the bathroom? What did he say about plumbing?
The only thing he said was that it was interesting, and I asked him if it was fine, and he said it's fine.
It's fine. Obviously, they raised the shower floor to do the plumbing from the bottom, brought it up, so it almost appears that it's almost high here, and that might be an issue right there. Brought along the back of the washer and dryer.
When you wash clothes, they don't rinse.
And the laundry sink beside the washer fills up with water.
And they tried to vent off of this line, which tells me there's no vent there. They've come up off of here, run it through a separate line for the washing machine.
And at first you think, oh, the washing machine is no good, even though it's supposed to be brand new. But it's not the washing machine. It's the plumbing around it.
This is the sink. No signs of venting. Carried off, toilet running through, clean out. Total improper venting. Not to mention, we don't want to see the plumbing like this. It should be actually cut through the floor. This is not how we tie things in. There was no way a licensed plumber did this work. There couldn't have been a permit because none of it even met code. How could the home inspector call this plumbing? Interesting. I know what I'd call it. Wrong. So, of course, what am I thinking? What other nightmares are behind the walls? Cut the drain. Get it all out of the way here so I can drop the walls.
Sure. No glue.
Wasn't connected on down there.
Uh-oh. Water's on this line. This stuff's just falling apart. Even if it was all glued properly. Hard to talk. Everybody wants to throw up. But this is what happens when you don't vent your plumbing, you don't plumb and drain properly, you don't glue your joints, you don't... This is what happens when you have a handyman do the plumbing.
That's disgusting. That's not full. Tell me that's not full.
I could
Tell
put
me.
my hammer in.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You could put. I'll put yours in then.
That's. You're...
Okay, Chris, go ahead.
Let's go inside.
Going through the trap now.
Going swimming.
Going swimming. There we go. This is tree roots.
That's nice.
That's common with the clay drains. The tree roots will grow in between the cracks in the clay pipe where they're joined together. As a rule of thumb, we use that the root system is about 50% larger than the canopy of the tree.
So if the canopy of the tree is huge...
If the canopy is 50 feet in diameter, you can expect the roots to be 75 feet in diameter.
Bigger.
Bigger than the canopy of the tree, yes. And quite often in houses where the trees are close to the house, it's been trimmed back many times. So the canopy is artificially small. The root system can be even larger.
Okay, I saw that tree. It's overhanging half the house.
Correct.
Which means you're telling me the roots are going to come right through the floor here.
Absolutely. Probably anywhere you dig in this basement, you're going to find roots.
Our drain guys, they were right. There were tree roots everywhere, so we had to change all the drains from the original clay to PVC. That stinks. That should help prevent any future root problems.
What, same thing?
Lots of plumbing here. Everything. I'm about half done. Not even. I'm not half done. Now I got to bring all these vents and drains. I got to bring them up. I got to tie them all in. I gotta cut out all the water pipe, reroute all that, take out that kitchen sink drain that's running through the furnace. And then I gotta find a vent in the attic and drop it down, find a way to drop it down. Because that 1.5 inches over there by the kitchen that we found is not enough to pick up all these new fixtures. I'm getting upset.
I'm stuck. Pull me up. Nah, see? It's too wet.
How about your boot?
How you doing?
Pretty.
Excellent. Looking good. Dan's continuing the ventilation, air behind water, which is very important. He's gonna tie it in. We're gonna come up through the top plate here, shoot it right across on the back wall, and then we're gonna go up through that closet upstairs that we cut a hole, maneuver it, and get it out through the roof. Once Dan finished the vent stack, we could insulate and get that basement finished the right way.
Wonderful.
Put in the top, awesome.
Oh, it's
That's
wonderful.
great. Very nice.
And
Very nice.
Now I don't think you're gonna smell anything like bad fumes or anything like that. And you know what? It actually drains.
Yay.
It's not worth it. Not a home inspection. I'd certainly call tradespeople in, like electricians and plumbers and a good general contractor to look at the house and give you their opinion, because the home inspector that we had didn't find any of these issues. And it's, it's sad.
Thanks.
Thank
And
you.
one from him.
Yeah, you gotta want to.
Yeah, no.
Maybe you don't mind. If this contractor ran an ad, you'd know what it would probably say. Looking for pros? Call someone else. That plumbing is wonderful. Imagine having a shower in there and filling up the ground underneath it all the time. Wondering what that smell is. But we actually have to gut it to find out why. That's a great point right there, because the water's going in the ground and it's just gonna come back up as a terrible odor. Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. We're looking at the worst plumbing jobs we made right. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Do your homework before you hire a contractor. And don't just look at the jobs they've done recently. Check the ones they did 5 years ago. These will tell you the real quality of their work. Plumbing and drain repair is not something you want to deal with after the renovation is done. Even a bad basement rental can be made to look good on the surface. But in Rebecca and Tom's case, this was such an in-your-face disaster, it was clear that nothing in this job was done properly. This is the bathroom.
This is the bathroom. They have to crack the floor to move the shower and the toilet a small distance.
And that tap doesn't go right to the wall over there, but he said that's how it's supposed to be.
Oh my God, this is poor. That basement rental shocked even me. I couldn't believe it. There wasn't a single ounce of skill in that job. The electrical outlets that sparked and the trim was so bad, it looked like kids put it up. Looking at this, I could only imagine how bad the plumbing was behind the walls. It took me 5 minutes once I walked in that basement, and I knew it was coming all out. This is called a clean out for your stack. What this does is if you ever have a blockage, you open this up, you run a snake down it. What didn't we see? Access to the clean out. They drywalled over it. So when a plumber comes in and he's got to find this clean out, where the hell is it? Sink is tied into the bathtub line?
Yeah, whenever the builder gives you a rough and three-piece, have a sink on one side,
Yeah.
and then a bathtub on the other. So there's a trap in the ground now, and there's a trap above it. So you have water in this trap, water in that trap, and air in between. So when you go to drain the sink now, you have a fluctuation of pressure in between the two traps, and the water will never drain properly. The water will come back up, drain down, come back up, drain down.
Here's a very, very good reason not to allow anybody in your house that does not know what they're doing. We have a shut-off tap that leads to outside that was concealed. Here's the worst part. Follow this over, and what do we find? Plumbing that used to be down and stapled to the floor joists. These floor joists are 2x8, 12-inch on center, which I like. Here's the problem. They took the plumbing so they could drywall the ceiling and notched all the floor joists all the way down. Do you know what this does? This now gives us a problem with structure, notched all the way down. Who cares, right? You're not gonna see it. We're gonna put up drywall. I'm surprised they didn't put a screw in one of these pipes because it's right there. Not to mention we have pipes just doing what? Banging every time you turn them on, but they cut structure to run them.
Very nice.
Shut it.
Oh, that wasn't even cut.
Nice.
That's really cute. We'll see where they broke the floor. When we get it cleaned up, we'll break the floor and follow the route and see what they did. What a waste. New material headed straight to the dump. Tom and Rebecca's money down the drain, literally, all because one contractor said he could do things he had no business doing.
Like Mike was saying, he was very curious about opening up this floor, see what these guys did on the plumbing. My first assumption was that they took it off the three-piece over here. What the guy actually did was tie into the main drain. This was the toilet. No vent on the toilet. He used some kind of coupling here. No glue. Nothing tight. Nope, not glued. He's got a union trap here, which goes underneath the kitchen sink. Okay? Everybody thinks they could do plumbing. You know, you just, whatever, you tie into this drain, tie into that drain, put some water pipe. But then there's always problems after like a year. You know, it's a big thing. That is gonna cost you a fortune to get a good plumber to come back in and fix things. Cover it up, concrete over, keep going with the styrofoam. Let's do it.
Make sure the plumbing's right before you close it in. What's the alternative? Hope for the best, get a reno, and then watch it get ripped out 2 or 3 years later? Not to mention the costs. We're talking about extensive plumbing work and another complete reno. Well, as you can see, we've laminated or sistered. You can say it 2 different ways. You sister the joist in or you laminate it. It's gone over the steel beam and we brought it out to strengthen this area that was cut out. By the time we finished, not only did we fix the plumbing, but we also fixed the electrical and the HVAC. We drywalled, tiled, and laid new carpet and gave Tom and Rebecca the brand new bathroom they deserved. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited about it.
After you.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh, this is awesome.
Wow.
This is awesome.
This is the nicest bathroom in our house. This is stunning.
We chose to use the area properly. This gives you a big bathroom,
Yep.
toilet's hidden behind the door, which is you want to see, right?
Great.
The
Amazing.
tub, again, is designed for no mold. Okay, that's why I love using these. We have ceramic to give it a nice edge all the way around it.
That's very nice. We were expecting something great, and it was
This-
even better than we could have thought, really.
I was hoping for something that I would like, but I love it. It's just above and beyond.
I don't expect homeowners to know everything, but they have to, and you have to trust your instincts. Don't settle for bad work. check out your contractor, do your homework, and do it right the first time. Your contractor cut through the floor joist to run his plumbing, and you're not supposed to. Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. Today we're looking at plumbing disasters that still amaze me to this day. Perfect example. Anne wanted a simple bathroom renovation for her summer cottage. The goal was to make it safer. That's simple. But this contractor created more problems than he fixed. It was a beautiful island cottage, but there's no driveway. That meant everything going to the cottage got there by boat, including food, tools, materials, and even me.
Hello.
Hi, Ann. It's Mike Holmes. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm just over at the dock. Do you mind coming over to get me?
I don't mind coming to get you at all.
Now I've got to bring all the vehicles, all the trucks, all the crew come across. Try not to forget anything and help a wonderful lady by the name of Ann. Well, Ann, it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Nice to
Look
meet
at the
you
tan
too,
on
Mike.
you. You've been up there for a bit?
I have been.
Ann owned her island for about 40 years and started to do some work on it. Her most recent priority was definitely a bathroom rental. The idea was
To get a shower.
A bigger shower.
A bigger shower with a safety bar.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the idea. A friend of mine said that his son did renovations and knew how to do that, and he would bring him up and have him have a look at it. There it is. It's
Okay.
very small, but
So it's all new?
yes.
This contractor brought in two guys to help him. And these two guys were sitting down on the couch when she walked in watching a how-to video. So he's made a custom shower. He hasn't finished. Or is he finished?
No, he was let go.
He was let go. You fired his butt.
Yes.
Good for you. How much did he charge you, by the way?
But up until this point, it was $10,000.
Based on what I saw, I could have done it in 4 days, and $10,000 is an awful lot of money, but I guess you gotta justify being here a month. Hell, no. All right, I guess I get to get dirty. I'll be back. Oh, I love the big pillars. Look at how he's done the drain here for the shower, and he's cut in so he could get it all in place to trap it and bring it out, and he should have been a 2-inch anyways, but... And why is the hot water heater over there? See, we want to make sure we put the hot water heater under the water areas. The kitchen's right there, the bathroom's right beside it. The reason he's picked that area was for convenience on his end. And just shining my light on it, I can see the electrical. He should be smacked for that. He's got a prime line running into the drain, right off the toilet. There's the prime line. I knew it came up through the toilet feed. The prime line. Well, how foolish is that? This is not logical. Because this is now tied into the ABS and you have a new septic tank out back, what do you think that's doing?
I'm not sure.
Do you want to smell that?
Oh, no.
We call it methane gas. What I can say is that he's not a contractor and everything he has touched, he has contaminated, so I can't wait to actually take your bathroom apart to really see what he's done. I think the hardest part about the whole job was forgetting something. Where's the tool that we need here? We gotta jump in the boat, go back to the truck, and it was a half-an-hour route just to go back to the truck. Having to go back to the store, that was minimum 3 hours. Once we got to the island, none of my guys were complaining. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it was a holiday. I mean, look it. And I'm working. I like it.
Well, I think I found some mold.
Surprise. New shower, moldy already. Ahoy there! Ahoy. Martin.
Hey, Mike.
Thanks for coming. Nice to see you. Martin came in to remove all the plumbing. Rule number 1, never cut through floor joists. Rule number 2, keep the hot water tank on the inside of the house, not the outside. In this case, the hot water tank was located underneath the cottage. That meant we had to bring it inside. If we're gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right.
Got it.
The plumbing on this job was basic. The problem was getting underneath the cottage to repair it all. It was cramped, dusty, dirty, and full of humongous spiders.
Hey, come on, I'm gonna show you what I want you to do. I think this was Armageddon or something. Come on.
I don't like spiders.
Get in here. Okay, so guys, what I want you to do, take all your measurements right away. I want you to measure from beam to beam, and I think you're gonna have to notch over it. Is that correct? Did you measure it already?
1/8 of an inch on that side. I haven't checked this side out.
Go cut them and just bring them in. 1, 2, 3. Mark them out, okay?
It pays to hire professionals. Anne's cottage wasn't even winterized. She had to drain the water pipes from underneath in all locations. So I had Martin redo all the plumbing and make sure that it drained from one point. Make it run downhill. We've gone a little longer than we wanted, but that's what it takes. It's 7 o'clock now. We were hoping for 5:30. A little bit of TLC. Ann, are you ready? I'm gonna come get you. Most of the time in the reveals, and that's the end, you know, my guys, we gotta put them in a little hiding spot and be quiet, don't say too much. But for Ann on the island, they all stood right up on the deck, looking through the window, waiting to see how excited she'd be. And I don't know why. There was something special about this job, this place, this person. This is just a bathroom. It's not anything crazily different.
Oh my God, it's not. Oh, look at it. Oh,
Okay, it is a little different.
It doesn't look like the same bathroom at all.
Well, actually, it's not really the same bathroom. We've gone to the extreme of completely gutting this, pulling out all the insulation, the vapor barrier, redoing it all, rerouting all the plumbing, make sure that within this wall that we vented not only the bathroom, which means air behind water as it goes down the drain, we also vented your kitchen. All Ann wanted was just a bathroom renovation that was safe for her. I mean, she walked with a cane. She needed something to hold on to, that grab bar. And my guys were proud that they could do that for her. She loves it. She says it looks totally different. She loves it.
It's not only beautiful, it looks so safe, and that's what I'm really, really pleased about. I can't get over how sturdy these bars are. These are really, really wonderful, which is what I wanted in the first place, but I didn't expect to get a bathroom like this. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm very happy. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
yeah.
The best place to lay plumbing, especially sewer lines, is underground. But what happens if the ground is so hard, it's like concrete? Pasadena, California had some of the hardest ground I've ever seen. Can you imagine? The guy was gonna finish this house? Yeah, right. But he was supposed to finish this house and tie into this plumbing, beautiful, all new floors and everything, and it's all gonna be ripped up again? Let's do it now. Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. We're showing you why you need to pay attention to your home's plumbing. The good thing about traveling is that I get to see a lot of different building techniques in different places. The downside is that I see the same problems and mistakes from here to there.
We're in the foothills, they call it, of Pasadena, and we wanted to stay here, raise our son, and for not very much money, this little piece of property had such potential to become an amazing house that there would never be any reason to want to leave.
Jennifer and Abraham hired a contractor to do a renovation. He came highly recommended. No complaints against him, even had insurance.
They worked 3 solid months. I think we just wanted it to go well so badly, and it seemed to be going so well.
It's not done, obviously. I'm here. What happened here? He's, how much money is he taking from you?
$206,000.
Gone. $206,000 later. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at a piece of crap. It looks like a bomb went off. And what do I have to do? Not only do I have to fix the structure, I gotta try and finish the home.
We would just really like some walls and some doors and some windows.
I'm gonna bring in everyone I know, including people here, and we'll make it right for you, okay?
We'd just really like to get our house back.
We didn't tear the house down, but I have to tell you, it might have been easier if I did. When we were getting rid of the old kitchen, it didn't take long to find the first plumbing issue, which of course exploded into a major problem. These are cheap cabinets. We can see that they had an issue before here. Why? We see new drywall. This is green drywall, water resistant. But it's not mold resistant, is it? You know why we had so much water back here and why they had to do this? This is the drain line. It's not connected. It has fallen right out. Matter of fact, it's completely deteriorated. Every time they were using the sink, all it was doing was coming out the back of the wall here. That's all it was doing.
Oh, the cleanup.
All right, we're gonna have to bring in a scope specialist. We're gonna have to because now the toilet's clogged, and I got a funny feeling that they've actually broke the main drain somewhere in the ground and then covered it back up again. There's the camera. I just took the cap out of the drain, and you gotta love the camera and the locator because he's got the arrow here. It's right here. You can see the red coming up. We have 24 feet of cable out, and I'm about 12 feet away from the clean out on the outside. At this point, we'll just start pulling the camera back, marking the floor to determine where the drainage line in the floor is, and then we'll start figuring out what the hell they did, what pieces are in the floor. This has opened a whole new can of worms. It's gone from the house not being done to massive plumbing issues. We just started. We've just lost our temporary bathroom. It appears that not only are all the connections incorrect at this point, we have blockages galore. So here's what we're gonna do. Get that bathroom, find the drain, and break the floor right to the front of the house. It was obvious we had to replace the sewer lines, and this was gonna be hard. We had to break open the concrete, bring it right through it, and let me tell you, I can't believe how hard that ground was. So we came up with an even better idea to do the drains.
What we have here is high-density polyethylene pipe. The pressure rating on this is 165 PSI, so
huge.
It's huge, and it's used for gas and water. And this is overkill, but it's for sewer. So you're never gonna have a leak. You buy this in 20-foot lengths. So what you have to do first is fuse it together. So first thing I'm gonna do is grind it down and get all the rough stuff off. You can see how rough this cut is on this pipe.
Now, the easiest way to actually do this is to put on a coupling, right?
You don't even want couplings where you connect to either the clay or the cast, because a coupling, again, is just a regular standard mission hub where roots can get in. Oh, that's good. So now what I do is I put the hot iron in. It's at 500 degrees.
You can smell the heat.
What you do, you just hold it ever so lightly. You want the surrounding material to heat up. So now what we're gonna do now is take this back, take that out, hold it together. Now you can see in here, now you time yourself 3 minutes.
And it'll fuse.
And this becomes the strongest point of the pipe.
Wow. This is the bullet?
That's what we refer to it as.
Because it looks like a bullet.
Yeah, it's the pulling head that the chain will hook up in here with an eye bolt. It's got this little spine on it. This is what helps break the existing pipe in place as this head pulls through. The pipe will literally go in the interior of this.
And it pulls the pipe through.
And when you tighten that down, the harder you pull, the more pressure it actually puts on that pipe. It actually grips that pipe even harder the more you pull.
Are we ready to split pipe?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Come on.
See how fast it's moving? It's a hard spot.
Got some hard ground here in LA. Here it comes. From start to finish, that job took 6 months, but it was worth it. Jennifer and Abraham got the house they saved for and the home that they wanted. Through doing this job and meeting a bunch of wonderful people, the two family really showed who they were. Nice, average, beautiful people. Why not help them?
I didn't look yet.
We're not looking.
Can I look now?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my God.
You didn't look coming up the hill?
No, I didn't. I covered my eye.
You didn't look.
Good things happen. Bad thing is just a test. And the test will either make it or break you. And we made it.
Yeah.
Basements and plumbing problems and basements. The two just always seem to go together. It's over the ductwork. I'm telling you, there's no clamp. There's one clamp here. We have one clamp here, and beautiful. Somebody put clamps in here. Wrong clamps. Remember what I said about steel touching copper? Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. Today we're showing you why water and bad contracting don't mix. It's all about bad plumbing. Fixing plumbing is messy and expensive because it's always hiding under floors, behind the walls. It's one of the reasons why I recommend getting your drain scope before even thinking of finishing your basement. And in older homes with clay tile drains, why not replace them and avoid problems down the road? Makes sense to me. With a baby on the way, Simon and Lisa decided to finish their basement. They hired a contractor they found at a home show.
Hello, Simon.
Come on
Lisa,
in.
a pleasure to meet you.
They said 4 to 6 weeks was what it was going to take to do the project.
A year later, the basement's nowhere near being done, and they've already spent $27,000 from a $40,000 contract. After one look, I saw all kinds of problems. We don't do this. This is our ventilation. They've cut into the stud like this. At least they put up a plate, but I hate that because it's not the proper plate, and that's so nobody can pierce that with a screw. Although a drywall screw will pierce it. It's supposed to let you know there's something there, right? But because they cut the studding like that, there's not a lot within that to be strong.
They showed up. They did some work.
We're venting. We now go up. We go over. And we come back down. You can't do that.
Several weeks after that, it was, oh, there's been a burst pipe at this other site and they can't come back to work on our project and for a little bit longer.
It's all the things I see. Why are my pipes banging? They're not secured, right? They're not properly secured at all.
All of our belongings that we've had here have gone upstairs to our dining room, and we haven't been able to have anyone over for dinner. We haven't been able to really use the space.
It's like living in a war zone.
Yeah, not being comfortable, not being able to relax fully because you've got all this clutter and it kind of just weighs on you.
There's one really good point here. They didn't go any further. I found a clean out. Interesting. So we know we have a clean out right here. Our clean outs are gonna be where the pipe runs out the wall. My guess is, look at this. There was a clean out right here, or somewhere in this neighborhood in this area. So that means we have an interior drain line as well as a sewage line. I can see the hole they bust open on the floor, and this is all we needed to run the shower, which they tied in to the main. So that means they removed the clean out without putting one back in. Now that's kind of fishy because that tells me, was this truly passed? So let's pull up this plywood. They did cement it. Let's break it. I want to see all the drains. I want to see how it's tied in. I want to see what they did with that clean out, okay?
Okay.
How do you ever scope these drains?
Not to mention, it looks like a leaky main line coming in.
Look, it's dripping right now. I just saw the drip.
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw the wood we pulled up. It was saturated. So close that off so you can't get to it. It's freaking brilliant, eh?
40 grand.
Waste of money. Well, you see one thing wrong, 2, 3, you know, there's how many things wrong in here?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna finish this basement until I know this is right. See that? When they do it wrong, it comes up easy. Honestly, I really felt for Simon and Lisa. It was a hopeless situation right from the beginning. Even if the contractor had finished the job, they would have been tearing it out a few years later. Drains do get plugged, people. Scope them first, then hire a pro to finish it. That one is the vent outside, right?
This should be the breather for this trap. You cannot attach the drain directly into the trap. You cannot do that. As the water is draining through this line, it picks up the momentum. All of a sudden, it ends up in a trap where all that momentum is being lost. Here, I'm gonna get all the solids, all the debris just sitting.
In the trap.
In the trap. The traps are no longer approved by code because of the amount of problems that they create.
We're gonna cut all this crap out.
Exactly.
And we're gonna redo it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But we want to scope to make sure everything else is fine.
Exactly, yeah. See, because we're dealing with clay pipe, and this is an original pipe that was installed with the house. See, what I'm looking for is any offsets, any misalignments, any cracks in the pipe that could give me an indication of aging.
I saw a Y there. I take it the neighbors also tied into that line?
Yeah.
Now you're out to the street. And there's no water, no blockage.
Perfectly clear.
All right, I'm feeling a little better. Let's get a chalk line and keep it in line with this area right here.
Okay.
Chalk a line right to the 1.5 inches, okay? And then we're gonna get a 45, a square,
Yeah.
okay, a 90. And we're gonna come over here. I wanna see a drain approximately right here.
That looks pretty good. Okay.
So we're gonna have to cut that path, even if you keep it here. That way we got it right in here. We can put the trap in the floor. We use it both for the hot water heater and the furnace.
Always the first step before anybody finishes the basement, run a video camera, scope the drain, find out what the condition of it is. It will give you an idea of the life expectancy of your drain, as well as it will give you an idea of where the drains are running, how deep they are, whether there are any tree roots, whether there are any issues that may cause you problems down the road. If you're gonna have a construction crew here, change the drains. Replace them with new PVC. That way, once you close the floor, you never get back to this issue.
We ended up doing a ridiculous amount of plumbing in that basement. I mean, all the drains, the laundry room, and a new bathroom, not to mention the rest of the work that we did. But it was totally worth it to help out this family. Last day, happy day, hard job. $40,000 contract. A little high on the price for the basement based on 600 square feet. $28,000 out of pocket. You saw what we had to do. After you.
Oh, wow.
As you can tell, we fixed up here and painted the walls.
Wow.
You know, last time I brought you in, we saw a lot of problems. Okay, we did a few things like moving, broke a whole lot of concrete in the floor, rerouted all your drainage, moved all the plumbing in the ceiling.
We knew he would do the job right. And, you know, I had read his book, and a lot of the stuff that I was seeing in the book when I was reading it was setting off a lot of alarms with the contractor that we had, which is what eventually made me throw them out.
Oh, wow. This is great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Oh,
I thought it
love
was
that.
important to turn your bathroom where the window is.
Right.
It just kind of makes sense to me. So we frosted your windows. You see that? Which means now you can go in there and have a shower.
The small amount of time, really, that it took for him to fix it all up made it a lot easier, because we would have been living in a real mess for a long time, that's for sure.
These stories show us there are no shortcuts when it comes to plumbing. Band-Aid solutions just lead to bigger problems down the road. Spend your money right the first time and spend it once. Make sure your pipes and drains are clear, intact, and up to code. And do not renovate until you're positive the plumbing works the right way.
What a spread of food here we got. A little bit of everything.
There's only one thing that you have to turn, and it drains perfectly. And there's heating underneath the floors. Oh, I know.
You guys did so great.
It's little things.
It's so amazing.
All we did was strengthen it.
I'm sorry. Hey, get out of here.
Welcome to the best of Homes on Homes. My job is to fix houses, especially ones with bad repairs or renos done by contractors who just don't do the job right. When you've been doing this for as long as I have, you think you've seen it all. But let me tell you, there are some things that even surprise me. Unique, unusual, call them whatever you want. Something completely different, that's for sure. Nice. Awesome. Look at the nest. They got a nest of them. Yeah, baby. If you're going to do it right the first time.
My hero.
It's perfect. On the money.
Thank you, guys.
You like it?
Oh, do I ever.
One of the best things about traveling around and helping people is that I get a chance to see how homes are built to work in different environments. One massive challenge was New Orleans, where temperatures can hit 100 degrees easy. And when it rains, it pours. We were in New Orleans helping with one of the first homes to be built in the lower 9th Ward. Gloria Guy had been waiting a long time in temporary housing.
I'm looking forward to moving into the house where I could have space to hang my clothes and do the things I wanted to. And I'd be happy.
The plan was to build Gloria a house, but build it smart. And smart is capturing the rainwater because they get a lot of it down there for things like flushing the toilet or watering the plants, your grass, etc. So we installed the cistern tank to collect it. The strange thing was the tank was a concrete burial box. Remember, New Orleans is below sea level. It's not common to bury people in the ground. They use these concrete boxes as graves. Okay, it was weird, but it worked, and it was a creative solution. We installed downspouts to collect the rainwater and a pump, and there you go. Water the garden, wash the car, using all that rainwater makes sense to me.
All right. We're gonna be loading the scaffold onto the forklift and moving it out of the way. And then we'll be working the rest of the way through the day around the house as we go and we get areas freed up to be able to work on.
John Sater was one of the main guys there that's really a genius and a guy that I love to work with. He came up with the idea of using pervious concrete for the driveway. This allows water to go right through it. It totally made sense to me because I saw it rain there, and man, it pours big time, like nothing I've ever seen. It's like a dry pack.
It's a dry pack.
Awesome. And yet we can allow water to actually bleed right through it.
Water will go through it at 5 to 8 gallons a minute per square foot. 1 square foot of this equals 1 square foot of green.
Same as grass.
Same as grass.
I heard about this, so I brought a bottle of water.
There you go.
I just poured it on top.
Pour it on top.
Look at it, it's absorbing it.
If you look at the bottom, it's coming out in a lot more places.
Oh my God. That is ingenious. Back in Canada, we have freeze thaw. If there's water in it, which concrete will absorb the water, it freezes, it pushes it, it breaks it. This is a big problem we have up north. How about using this?
Well, water expands when it freezes. You got voids in pervious concrete. And those voids, the water is going to seek the easiest route to go to.
So in other words, it's not going to break it.
It's not going to break it.
Because it allows expansion within
Allows
it.
expansion within itself.
Stormwater management. That makes sense. There was no end to the systems we developed just because of the climate. There is a bathtub in the front of my property.
This is a modular marsh. This is a flexible stormwater management system that a variety of collaborators through the Make It Right organization helped develop to encourage innovative stormwater management practices in the lower 9th Ward. Any runoff off the street, then we'll fill this modular marsh up, and we'll have wetland plantings in here that can live in a wet climate or a dry climate. So in theory, these become miniature modular detention systems so that we don't overload the storm system that drains down there that needs to be pumped out.
Which appears to be overloaded over and over again.
Absolutely. We're going to fill it with large gravel. Then we're going to put filter fabric.
Okay.
And then top it with wetland plantings. So all you will see is just the rim or the definition of this system, and it'll be full of rain garden plants.
Brilliant. By the end, we really wanted to make this perfect for Gloria. So we put down sod, made flower beds, and planted some cactus, since she loved those so much. We also gave her enough room in the yard for a new vegetable garden to replace the one that Katrina had wiped out. I just wanted to show you the backyard for a minute.
All right.
This is the cistern. This is just to collect the rainwater so you can water your grass. Everything will be explained to you later. But we're just here to see the place. Look at your backyard.
Beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, yeah, y'all did a beautiful job.
So what is it with you and cactus?
I just love them, you know, because when I was out there in Georgia, I used to like to see the way they grow. And I wound up with another little tree I brought back from Georgia.
Okay.
And it was like a baby. And now I got it big, it's on the porch. I like all that.
Does this work?
Yeah, that's pretty. Everything I dream of, I'm telling you. Because you see, they have the cactus with like the tropical flowers, I call it. And they are pretty. And then they have the other little flowers. I like all that. I like to do garden work, so I really enjoy it. And also, I thank God for Mike Holmes and his crews, because they did a beautiful job in building this place from the ground on up. And he going down in history, because my house will be an example for the history, and I will be an example for the history. I'm so happy I don't know what to do.
In Sylvia and Guy's house, even if you were a fly on the wall, you would need earplugs.
We have the quietest neighbors, but you can still hear the steps, the talking, the kids.
Every wall that joins to your neighbor is going to have to be opened up and inspected, and we're going to find out why. Welcome back to the Best of Homes on Homes. We're showing you some of the most unique and unusual jobs we've dealt with in over 100 episodes. And considering the things that I've seen, it was definitely a unique challenge when I had to solve a problem that I couldn't see. Anyone living in an attached or a semi-detached home knows that it can get really noisy, but this is something completely different.
When we first moved in, we were going to stay for 5-10 years, but the neighbors actually moved in maybe a month or so after we moved in. And I can just remember when they started moving in, my heart just sank. I couldn't believe that I just bought a house and I could hear them so clearly.
The neighbors weren't being loud, they were just talking. But to Sylvia, it sounded like they were in the same room. STC, or sound transmission class, measures how much sound a wall absorbs. There are minimum code requirements, but you know what I say, minimum code isn't enough. Only 2 months in their new home, and they were ready to move. Sylvie, nice to see you again. Guy, nice to see you.
We have talked to the neighbors, and they've told us that they can hear us, and they can actually tell what type of music is on when we play it.
Yeah, I definitely hear things. I hear mostly in my bedroom and in the kitchen.
This is the joining wall?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. Is it up to the builder to make sure that it's soundproof? No. I don't see insulation, but I do see something over there. It's up to the builder to make sure that it's minimum code requirement. Way in the corner there, I'm seeing a little bit of insulation. Interesting. At a minimum code of 50 on the STC scale, it's supposed to be acceptable that you can barely hear your neighbor. Odds are you're still gonna hear your neighbor if they raise their voice, they turn up their stereo, they get into an argument, they put a nail in the wall. You're gonna hear it. Normally when you have an adjoining house like this, we'll have a 2x6 bottom plate, 2x6 top plate, stagger the studs, come in with insulation. It's supposed to do a sound break. As soon as there's a stoppage, in other words, I put my hands together like this, sound will travel from one side to the other. But as soon as I separate them, sound dissipates. That sounds hollow, doesn't it?
Sylvie was painting, and she could hear Sylvie painting with the roller going over the wall in the bedroom.
And I could hear this roller brush going up and down and up and down.
Their bedrooms are right next to our bedroom. And just the roller going up and down, she could hear that.
The bad news is obviously we have a sound issue, and in order to address and fix this, you're gonna have to remove your island. All your furniture is gonna have to come out. We're gonna have to tent off galore, and every wall that joins to your neighbor is gonna have to be opened up and inspected, and we're gonna find out why. Before I started tearing down walls, I needed to get a measure on how much sound was actually getting through. So I brought in a pro.
And this is a decibel meter.
Okay.
And it'll just register the amount of sound that's happening as a result of.
Okay, now I've set this for full blast.
All right.
Okay. So okay, that's probably enough. What'd you get?
Yeah, we got between about 84 and 86. I think it averaged out around 85, something like that.
Okay, and that's picking up my voice, so as I'm talking, we're in the area of 70, 69.
That's correct.
This will tell us how much sound that the wall is not absorbing or taking over. This is supposed to be a minimum 50 STCs?
That's correct.
Well, let's see what we have.
Okay. Go ahead. Yep, I'm almost here. Okay, I'm here, Mike.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna do the same thing. Just give it about 3 seconds and it'll come on and blare my ears off. It's not that loud though. Okay, did you get that?
Yeah, we got about 47 to 49. Sometimes we even hit 50. The wall's supposed to be stopping about 46 STCs. And we had, I believe, about 80 on the other side, 85. So we're shy on what we should be getting for a staggered wall. That's correct.
When we did the test upstairs in the bedroom, it actually met code. But what good is code when you can even hear your neighbor painting? I was showing a unique drywall product that would stop a lot of the noise from filtering through. Okay, now this is the drywall you're talking about. This stuff here will be the equivalent of 8 layers of drywall.
That's correct. When the NRC tested this, that's what their comments were, acoustically speaking. And the trick here is not the actual metal that's inside, but it's the polymer, the viscoelastic polymer that's on both sides of it, which actually convert acoustic energy into heat, which you can't hear, and nor could you feel that.
The soundproofing drywall was the perfect solution. Even though the bedroom walls were up to code, I wanted to give a little more privacy. So we added a layer of this new drywall right over the existing wall. But in the kitchen, it was a different story. The sound barrier was so weak, I had to see what was there or not there. That meant taking the kitchen apart. Pull the wall down. Yeah! Well, that's their wall right there. Oh, wait a minute. We have a double wall. This is again showing me the builder cares about what they're doing. They did a double studded wall rather than a 2x6 bottom plate and top plate and staggered studding. When I'm visually looking through the hole, I could see the distance in the back. This would equal a 2x6 distance. Right away, I'm thinking they did stagger studding, which they can do. But in this case, because it's a double wall, and I remember now one of the neighbors saying to me that my neighbor got insulation, but I didn't. And minimum code here was as long as one of them is insulated, the other one doesn't have to be. Okay, so that's a good sign. We see that they have insulated on the other side. I can see it over there. I'm no longer going to harm their side. That's where the sound came from. So I'm gonna take this piece, we're gonna plaster it back in place. There's the next door neighbor right there. On the other side of this, you're gonna see the same thing we saw here. Remember, we also saw, and I can see insulation in there. So that's good. Good thing is, we have a double wall. We have drywall in between, so fire rating is good. We have insulation on this side. For some strange reason, they ran out of drywall and decided to insulate this area. This would now explain why we can hear the music so loud on downstairs in the kitchen and not upstairs in the bedroom. We also used another great product. It's almost like a putty as a sound wrap for the outlet boxes. And what this does is it stops any sound from coming through the box itself. We're gonna add, instead of the pinky insulation that we saw, we're gonna add the Safe and Sound product. So now we have 2 in 1. We have 1 for sound, 2 for fire. This must be minimum code requirement when it comes in between 2 houses. But it's not, because 1 layer of drywall on this side, 1 layer of drywall on the neighbor's side, it gives you 1 hour burning time, minimum code requirement. We need that dead air space, which you see across here, which now when sound will travel through the drywall, hit the stud, now dissipates in between the 2 areas because it's got nowhere to go. You do one thing wrong, we have a sound issue, and someone's gonna scream. Well, you don't have to worry about putting any seal on this because when you go through, there's polymer inside the drywall that'll coat the screw as it goes through.
So it'll lock everything in.
So it'll lock everything in. You
Right.
don't have to worry about hanging a picture or anything like that because it'll do the same thing to the nail. So you can, it's just like normal drywall when it's done. Usually when we finish a big job, we get that wild wow. But with this job, we needed to give it back the same way it looked, but only quieter. Did we make it right? Take a listen. How is it?
You have it on?
Can't hear it.
No, it's not reading anything on this side over here, except when I'm talking.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Come on in.
No problem.
Make sure you take your shoes off. We cleaned up.
Yeah, I can see. Nice.
Obviously, you know you're not going to see one hell of a difference, really, because we've chosen the same paint. We found an opening in the middle that's the crossover, and this is why we had so much sound coming through the kitchen compared to upstairs. So obviously, we closed it off. We made sure that we drywalled that section, soundproofed the whole wall with safe and sound insulation, and then put up the new Quiet Rock.
It sounds dead in here now. It's different.
You noticed it?
Yeah.
Homeowners out there don't want to hear their neighbor. They don't want to smell the greasy food cooking next door. And odds are they'll pay an additional $2,000, $3,000, up to $5,000, depending on the soundproofing. And let's talk about air in between the two homes.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you
keep
for
smiling.
everything.
Okay.
Thank you.
Enjoy it, all right?
We're staying put.
Yeah, we're staying put.
Expect the unexpected, they say.
Oh, here we are.
Here we are, guys.
I came in to fix brickwork, but as soon as I walked in the home, I knew we had something completely different on our hands. The bricks? That's nothing. Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. Today we're showing you highlights of some of the strangest things that I've seen. Things we can only call something completely different. Usually when I'm called into a job, it's bad electrical, bad plumbing, structure, you name it. But what made this job different wasn't actually behind the walls, it was in front of them everywhere. Let's start at the beginning with the brickwork outside. Val?
How are you?
Dave, nice to see you again. Nice. Well, come on out, let's take a look at this brick.
When we first came and looked at the house, it was, I guess it was March or snow, okay? So we didn't see the bottom rows of brick.
Brick. What's the problem? It's falling apart. It's deteriorating.
After the deal went through, we started seeing the brick kind of flaking.
And it's falling apart, literally. Like, you're vertical everywhere here.
Every winter since then, I guess because of the snow against it, water being absorbed by these poor bricks, more flakes off until you see the holes.
That's not good. Not when I can take my finger and do that. The brickwork was in really bad shape, and I knew fixing it was going to be a big job. But I noticed a lot of condensation buildup on the inside of their windows. I went in to take a look, and it was obvious we were dealing with something different.
Oh, here we are.
Here we are, guys.
When I first walked in the front door, I took a step, I looked around. First words out of my mouth were, "Are you moving?" Because I thought you were moving. Because there's a lot of stuff everywhere, and it looks like it's not staying. Wow, you're really full. This family hadn't thrown anything out in a very long time. And when the registers are covered up all over the house, the air can't flow. This isn't healthy. Even a house needs to breathe.
So everything just got backed up. Work 5 days a week, come home every night. We'd get home around 7:30 or 8, and there wasn't time to do anything. There was just literally no time. And things start to back up and build up.
I don't think that this family has thrown anything out other than food waste in many, many years. That's okay, I think. But that's covered up all the registers. It's stopped the airflow, and I don't think it's very healthy living. I knew something was wrong coming up to the house when I could see the condensation in the windows. And right away, I'm thinking heating, air movement.
Yes.
Where's your furnace room?
Furnace room is through the back.
In the back here.
Okay. Well, we're going to have problems getting in there. Come on back upstairs. Well, I'm going to start looking throughout your house to find out why we have bad airflow. You have stuff everywhere. I need you to help me move things. To fix the air problem, a lot of this stuff had to go. So we asked Dave and Val, please give us some space.
Piano. How do you like that, eh? We have found 1909 first-year cover stamps and things. I mean, this is unbelievable. These are all the things that are going to go to the children in the Philippines. These are rollers for painting. It's just a matter of throwing it out like that. Things that aren't precious, they can only be precious as long as you have someplace to put them. They're not precious anymore if you can't put them anywhere.
Val dug in with some of the sorting and cleaning and getting rid of some of the stuff, but when I came back, it was only a little better. And it looks like you have done one hell of a lot of cleaning in here. Yes, sir. Okay, but I want to offer some assistance. Okay, so it's totally up to you. And I think sometimes when we get so close to what's in the house, we don't want to get rid of it. So here's my offer. I want to bring in all my people, all my bins. I want to put on gloves and everything, and I want to go through everything in the basement. And we're going to do it one day.
Okay.
Anything, holy cow. Anything that is in a bin, take it out, dump it. Where do you want to start? First, it's a fire hazard. If there was a fire, God forbid, most of the hallways, windows, the stairs, they'd all be blocked. No way to escape.
I give up.
Okay. Fishing around for the silverware set.
Star Wars, the collectibles.
Okay, I caught something. Second, it's a health hazard. There was so much stuff sitting there for years, the mice were all over it. I had never seen so much mouse droppings in my life. So not only do we have bad airflow issues, there was mouse poop everywhere. Think about what the air quality must have been like in that home. Healthy? Not a chance.
The funny part is, this was the small room.
It's always a happy day at the end. It always is. I think for me personally, this was not only a change of what happened in the home, but what happened in their lives. It took a lot of stuff out of that house. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I don't want to knock these people because they're truly good people. I think life has a way of making things happen. Maybe you start to get used to a cycle and all of a sudden, you know, it just gets overwhelming.
That was a good incentive for us.
And we want to now get the floors finished down there and get rid of the old carpet. Just things that we had planned to do, a roof and a chimney and a eaves trough ago. And so now it's time to do it.
Sit down, enjoy the fire, have yourselves a drink, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right.
Thank you very much,
Thanks
Mike.
very much.
Keep smiling.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
We'll see ya. They say that truth is stranger than fiction. Who would have thought a septic tank would lead me to some good old-fashioned magic? All right, I'll find that water line, don't you worry. Holy man. Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. We're looking at the best of the strangest, and whether it's technology, techniques, or technicians, our next job had it all. Jim and Allison dreamed of living in the country, but after having triplets, they needed an addition on their home. Unfortunately, their contractor never finished what he started. Work slowed until finally he just stopped showing up. By the time I got there, I saw how much work needed to be done.
We're not finished.
This is where it starts.
This is where it starts. This is the old home, and you put on the addition.
At some point, you think, what can we do? You're sort of just left, you know, with having to figure it out yourself.
The brickwork was incomplete, the foundation was a disaster, and the bathroom wasn't even finished. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. The building inspector broke the news. If you build a bigger house, you need a bigger septic system. Additions are all about doing the math. How many bathrooms? How many taps? How many sinks? This indicates how big the septic tank needs to be. If we change the septic tank to upgrade it, do we have to also do all the weeping?
It all depends on the calculations that the code tells us what our design flow is. We base that on what I was telling you before about the number of bedrooms and the square footage of the house, fixture units, and then the other key item that we're gonna need to identify is the soil type.
Then John says he has to find the old septic bed, and what does he do? He pulls out a pair of divining or witching rods.
There's our line there.
Twice in a row, same spot. I've heard about this, but seeing it is something else. I'm watching him with these rods, and part of me is thinking, okay.
And then if we keep going, if I don't get another one right about here, then we know we're still working on the sewer line going from the tank.
I'm still not buying it, but I'm watching, and he's getting real specific now, and then he does it again. He's finding all the water lines incoming and outgoing.
Okay, so here's our network of lines for our disposal bed.
I'm seeing this happen right in front of me. I'm thinking, no way. And he does it again.
You can see that 3 there. There's 4. Okay. I gotta try this. There they go.
Holy crap.
Now, I've heard of this. It's like you're completing a circuit.
Is it science, energy fields, moisture content, magic? Who knows? But I saw it. It's how they used to find underground water, whether it was digging a well or finding an underground water stream. It still works. I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah, there was 5 from where I started. Now, there may be
I don't
another
believe
one.
this. This is weird.
That blows me away.
All right, I'm sold. If we're talking cordless power tools, these were something completely different.
Well, now you can do it. So these are yours. You can keep.
Well, thank you.
All right.
You can see me walking around, free. All right, I'll find that water line, don't you worry. Holy man. Once we found the lines for the septic tank, all we had to do was dig it up and replace it.
It's a little smelly.
Yeah, that's just a little smelly.
What we've got is, if you look at the exit pipe, which would exit the septic tank,
Yeah.
it's half full of water. That pipe should technically be empty with the water slowly dribbling out into the disposal field.
Meaning either we're blocked, full, it's not weeping.
It means we're due anyway. It's just old enough now that it's now full of biological material and it can't accept any more liquid. So what we'll do is we'll just start the excavation for the new tanks. We'll decommission the old tank while we're at it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
This is where we're gonna dig the trench to pick up the 2 downspouts, one at this side, one at this side. It will allow and pick up the water from the driveway as well as the roof and direct it that way rather than bring it into the house. Grade runs into the house this way, that's an issue. Plus the downspouts, let's keep the water away from the foundation.
It's a self-leveling laser, so we can set the heights on the tank so we don't set it too deep or too high. But it's one that we just turn on and it levels itself, and then all we do from there is set the heights. The tank has to be level because there's only 2 inches difference from the inlet and the outlet. So if we put it in 2 inches the wrong way, the water won't go out the tank, it'll come back into the house.
And Mother Nature decides to dump a good 6 inches of snow on our job site. We still had to install the weeping bed for the septic system. That's where the water from the tank seeps into the ground. The first thing I noticed is that you're actually higher than the septic tank.
Right. What we're going to do is we're going to dose from the treatment unit. It will then flow by gravity into the pump chamber, and then we'll come up and we'll dose this bed. We've got solid pipes on each end, and if you look here,
all the weeping.
There's a weeping network of pipes along this pipe. So it'll fill the pipe, and then it'll all come out of those holes at the same level and down into the bed.
Now, how much earth, there's Bucky, how you doing, pal? How much earth do we have on top of this?
When we're all finished here, we'll have stone up to about here, and then we'll have somewhere between 4 and 8 inches of topsoil on top.
You gotta like this. I just can't believe how much work this is. We started off with the witching rods. You know, to me, that was talk about old-fashioned, and then boom.
I win.
This was an impressive system, and it was more than big enough for the addition. I knew Jim and Allison would appreciate it. I know I would. Actually, I wanted one for myself. How you doing? Welcome to my home. We find you have a septic upgrade. Okay, how many toilets do you have? We start counting 4, so we call in our very good friends, John and John. Both of them came in and put in a super, I'm telling you, sophisticated unit that I've never before seen. I want one in my house now that I've seen it.
That was like the lottery.
That was like the lottery, yeah, for us. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank you.
While trying to install a water conservation solution, we discovered someone beat us to it by about 100 years, give or take. Does anybody ever get a feeling that there might be something in the ground here? I'm just wondering if we should, maybe go fishing. Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. We're looking at the jobs from our Believe It or Not files. What I'd like to call something completely different. In all my time as a contractor, I've seen all kinds of surprises. And Chris Neor's story was no exception. A renovation with plumbing disasters left, right, and center. And a chance to look into the past. Installing a sump pump is usually a simple job. Your pipe just comes outside the wall, drops the water right back to the weeping and back into the house. Or you can do what we did and run it into a trench underground, away from the house, into a dry pit.
People don't know about dry well systems. Actually, it's very old technology. They've used dry wells, for hundreds of years. When everybody used to have cistern systems, they used to collect all the rainwater, and they would use whatever water they could for around the house, feeding the animals.
Now go figure, we did this hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
And we don't do it anymore.
No, it works well, Mike. Boy, we've used these very successful for years.
Well, it sure beats
once
running it
they're
outside the house and putting it right back in the foundation again.
Well, yeah, and it is a problem when you're doing additions and that, and the city does require a sump box installation. That is the problem.
Why is it not minimum code to bring it away from the house? Now it's minimum code to pull your downspouts out. It's within code anyways, no longer in the weeping system. So if we're trying to divert all the water away from the house, why did they make the code that you can drop the sump pump right outside of the foundation
Well,
wall?
I'm not exactly sure, but for some reason, the city, the building department stops short of putting in a sump box. They won't tell you where to exhaust it to, or how to exhaust it, or any that information is just not available from them. We're going about 24 inches deep here for the exhaust line.
Okay. We're gonna be approximately 40 feet away, eh? Run through,
Yep.
I see you've already pulled up the stone, 2 feet down, and all I've gotta do is go inside and access that, and I'll wait till we dug down so we get that direct run. I don't wanna put it in too deep. I wait for you, and I'll re-drill this.
Well, like I said, we'll be coming out of that wall about 2 feet below grade, 24 inches below grade.
Okay. The only thing that didn't go to plan was when we ran into a bit of history. The guys found a hole in the ground here, and this is really interesting. I've never in my life seen it. This appears to be an old dry well where water goes into. It is massive. It is so big, it is brick, and it's the same brick as the house, so it was done at the same time. It is about this big. You're at the bottom? Okay, so that's rock there, right? Wow.
It's a freshwater containment unit of some kind. It has nothing to do with the sanitary or the drains or anything like that.
What's that?
That was probably a breather vent that came up to here.
Is that ever interesting? See how they built the brick up and created it, staggered into the top for the opening?
Yep. What this is an old cistern system. The elevation of this line here probably used to take all the rainwater that would come off the structure, and it would go here. When it filled up, it would flow out into that ditch on the outside. Now, they might have even been using this water for gardening, that type of thing around the house before all the infrastructure was done in the streets, and they filled up all the ditches and put in all the proper sanitary drains, everything like that.
This line that comes up here, I'll put my money on it. There was a pump here.
Oh, absolutely.
And they would pump the water to use this water.
Yep. They would use this around the yard, and back when they built these houses after the war and that, there would be no way that they would use tap water for watering the gardens or anything like that. They would have still been using the same old technology of well water. If we can collect it and use it, let's use it.
I can't believe
That's exactly
how
what
well
this
it
was
is
for.
preserved.
Amazing, eh? Try to lay it in pieces if we can, not all in one big pile.
Well, that was another first for me. Sadly, we couldn't reuse the cistern, so we filled it in to prevent a sinkhole. A few years later, on a different job, we had a chance to install a modern cistern. It did the same thing as the old one, but with no hand pump.
Yeah, I'll bring it down to you.
Conserving water isn't a new idea. Our ancestors knew better than to waste water. Using gray water today makes sense because it conserves our clean water. And as a homeowner, you're saving every time it rains. You'd be saving for a rainy day with a rainy day. One green solution can go a long way. And when I got the chance to design a green home from the bottom up, I knew we were going to do something big. Gotta love this. Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. You know, over the years, we've helped a lot of people, but with this next house, this was the worst I'd ever seen. Seriously. I knew I needed to step in and help this family. It was kind of clear to me that no one else was going to. But this time, it was also my chance to build something completely different. Joe and Christina's situation really blew me away. They wanted a second-story addition to their bungalow. They hired a contractor for the job, a friend of the family, and as a result, they ended up financially and emotionally devastated. 2 years into the job, and it wasn't anywhere near finished. But it gets worse. The job was so bad, it would cost more to fix it than to build a new one. We had the chance to get rid of this big mistake, so what did we do? We tore it down. I have never in a million years seen one home have so many problems.
I had a little gulp, but now I'm okay. I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited.
It's being euthanized.
We needed to put it out of its misery, it's true. It's helping.
All right, let's be serious. If I'm gonna build a house and I'm gonna design a house that's better than anything else, we're gonna make it green. It's gonna be fireproof, waterproof, mold-proof. Let's think about it. Let's have a green roof. Let's make this home so efficient, it stands for itself. Spend your money right, and last forever. This house was gonna be state-of-the-art, starting with its foundation. Here's our form boards. All in one, no wood, don't have to take it out. Interior, exterior, weeping system, drainage. I don't know why nobody uses it.
We strongly believe in it. It'll do a better job. Everything can be used. Every little piece of it can be cut up and used and coupled together. It's lightweight, easy for the guys to handle.
Interior, exterior, weeping system.
Exactly. You got a double weeping system. Where else do you get that? No one.
You don't. Yeah. And who wants to put it in the inside? The builders are going to say, oh, that's going to cost you money. This is in the form. Exactly. This makes it work. Nothing to do with this house's minimum code requirement. Everything to do with it is on the maximum level. I'm trying to build a home that's 10 times better with theory of understanding why. Why are we building it 10 times better? So you never have to spend money in the future. All right, let's do this. Okay, if we're gonna make this the most energy efficient home, we needed to rethink, everything. These are for water.
This is for preheat of our domestic hot water. It allows us to save energy on the domestic hot water load.
It should provide about 50 to 65% of your hot water during the course of the year.
And it's discreetly located and gives us a lot of energy efficiency.
What are we getting with 4 panels in the equivalent to wattage?
With 4 panels, you're getting a total of 600 potential watts per hour.
Okay, 600 watts per hour. We have how many batteries downstairs?
Downstairs, we've got 10,000 watts worth of battery storage. Think of it in terms of a gas tank.
Okay.
Your fuel tank in the basement are the batteries that will hold 10,000 watts. This will put in 600 watts every hour. Typically, in a 24-hour period, the average house will use between 25 and 35,000 watts running everything. As the panels produce power, if the power is needed in the home, it's used. If it isn't needed, it automatically gets sent back out to the utility, creating a credit on the electrical bill.
That's exactly what I wanted. So we have one fancy roof system going in this home. Well, at least over the dome, correct?
That's right.
The benefits of this is that we're going to put down a breathable paper.
Underlayment.
Okay, then we're building it up for airflow underneath.
That's right.
Okay, and on top of that, we have a special foil that will reflect hot and cold. 97%.
That's right.
It reflects the cold.
That's right.
And the heat.
And the heat. And the summer heat.
No ice buildup.
That's right. None whatsoever. We put a guarantee to that.
And you guarantee that?
That's right.
You want a green roof? This was a green roof. A living roof acts as an insulation. It helps keep the house warm in the winter and cool in the summer. It also absorbs rainwater, reducing the amount of runoff. Kind of smart. Building from the ground up gave us the opportunity to make this right in every single way. We were there for about 2.5 years, and we brought in over 100 pros who helped us build one of the most environmentally friendly homes ever. When it all came together, I was happy to hand over this house to a family who could finally come home.
Wow.
Follow me.
Holy Mike.
Jump.
And just hold me. It's absolutely gorgeous.
A little stunning, isn't it?
It's so beautiful. Oh my God.
I can't.
I can't believe this.
I lost count of the people, how many people have been in here, but over 100 companies. After you.
Oh my gosh.
Give him the house back.
Wow.
It's ours again.
It doesn't look like our house, that's for sure. You sure this is the right house? Wow.
So far, so good, eh? This looks really good, but beneath it is 100 times better than what it looks like. That's what this house is about. This is the dining room. This is the part that I really love.
Oh my God. How high this ceiling is.
This is research and development. That's what it is. You design a prototype that's totally different, that no one's ever built, and put all the theories in together into one basket, all of them. It's not like we just picked one, let's do a green roof. Oh, no. We did solar assist in heat, solar assist in hydro. The 2 panels on the left are solar assist to all the heating in your house. They will constantly take that energy from the sun, heating the water on its own, and the tankless system that we have downstairs that I'll show you. You will not believe the sophisticated look of what is down there. Now, you heard the story about a green roof.
Yes.
Well, everybody here's a green roof, but especially that one. Stone all the way around with the parapet that really people cannot see you when you're out there. Wait till you see this growing. But it's a slow grower. It's not going to grow wild on you. It's going to stay short. By the way, we collect all your rainwater, which goes into a huge cistern tank on your front lawn. It flushes your toilets, does your laundry, and waters your grass.
I don't know what to say. It's amazing. You don't really think about living in a space like this because it wasn't our reality. It wasn't, what we would have envisioned. You'd see it in a magazine, and you'd say, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool, but it would not be something that you'd envision that you'd be able to live in. So it's pretty amazing. Thank you.
Joe?
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, sir. You know what? I like surprises. It keeps things interesting, and it means you can always learn something new. When you're faced with an unusual problem, something completely different, it usually takes different thinking. The solution's there. It just might not be the one you planned on. And that's when the fun really starts, if you do it right.
That's to you guys.
Okay, come on, everybody. You gotta have at least one.
Cheers.
To a job well done.
For more information about this show, please visit hgtv.ca.